Hey, welcome back to FX Action Trader YouTube channel. My name is Chuan here, and you are the first time that click into this video or your first time that click into my YouTube channel. Welcome to the family. I'm going to go through with you guys that all the pairs that I think potential for us to trade along the week. So let us begin with Euro Dollar. So Euro Dollar on last week, we can see that market had a strong rejection at the support zone at 1.17784. As we can see that initially market was in a very strong downtrend and market couldn't break through this support level, and we see a lot of weak rejections at this support zone. Meaning to say that this is a very strong key level or a very strong key support zone in terms of the daily time frame. And if we are looking on the H4 time frame, we can see that market went into a sideways condition when it reached this support level, and then this sideways structure was break up by a bullish candle or bullish momentum, and then market just continued breaking the previous high and a new high was created. So what are we going to focus on this week market? So in terms of intraday trading, I would say that the market current trend is more likely to a buy trend instead of a sell trend. So let us have a look on the daily chart. So we can see that on the daily chart, the previous lower high at 1.18753 was already broken, and there is a very high chance for market to retest the previous resistance at 1.19 area. So let us back into the H4 chart. So on the H4, the next level or the next key support zone that we have to take note is actually at here. All right, at 1.17976. And if market shows any pullback to this area, we are good to place a buy trade. All right, we are good to go for a buy trade and take profit at 1.19289. So in terms of euro dollar, we are in a short-term bullish momentum, and when market reach this area, we are going to look for another sell signal. So let us move to the pound dollar. So on pound dollar, if we are looking on H4 or daily, all right, let us begin with daily chart. All right. So on daily chart, we can clearly see that market has actually rejected at resistance level at 1.39593 or this level, right? So this level previously was also a low high of this entire downtrend structure, and we can see that market had retested this zone. All right, let me go into H4. So on H4, we can see a better picture. Market just went into this zone and got rejected with a very strong bearish momentum. So on H4, we can base on all the dots, we can just plot a trend line, and we can clearly see that the trend line is now broken. So for me to enter for a short trade, I would need market to create a lower high followed by a new lower low. So when this new lower low is created, we are safe to go for a sell trade. And as long as this resistance level at 1.398 or 1.399 is not broken, market has a very high potential to retest the previous bottom at 1.395. That is a massive movement that we can just wait patiently. All right, it's about 300 pips of movement here. So let us move to the Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar in terms of daily chart, definitely this pair has a better structure or better direction compared to both euro dollar and pound dollar. So on daily chart, we can see that market has completed the downtrend structure. All right, we can see that there is a trending phase, and then market did a pullback and form a lower high, and then this previous low was broken again and market formed another low, lower high, lower low, and lower high. So on last Friday, before the market closed, we can see that this is a very nice bearish engulfing candlestick, which means that market is likely to head downwards in terms of doing a reversal. So on H4, again, we can just place a sell trade. All right, it's either market to retest this previous resistance level, and from here we place the sell trade, or we can wait for market to have another breakdown below the trend line, and from here only we start to scale in for a short trade. So let us have a look on the gold. So on gold, in terms of daily chart, I remember that on last week I explained about this Fibonacci area, which is a very crucial area for all the pairs that we are looking at. Meaning to say that on daily chart, market did a strong movement towards the down. Market did a strong downwards movement, and then market pulled back and retested this 50% area, which is also a strong resistance level in terms of daily chart. So let me remove this. So from here, we can clearly see that there is actually a lot of seller, or there is actually a lot of momentum, selling momentum accumulated at this zone 1830. So on this week, as long as this zone is not broken, we are still good to go for a short trade. Alright, there is a very high potential for market to retest previous low at 1755. So let us move to the yen pair. So for euro yen, market is a bit tricky. Alright, we can see that market has shown us two dodges, meaning to say that on smaller time frame, market is actually in a sideways condition. The entire market is still quite uncertain on this euro yen, but from technically perspective, we are still in a bearish view. All right, we are still in a bearish view. Market did not make any new highs. All right, market still making lower low and lower highs, and we can see that the nearest lower high is actually at this level. So let us move to the H4. So on H4, the current market trend is actually an uptrend. All right, market is still keep on doing higher highs and higher low. So there will be two scenarios that I'll be waiting for. The first option, or the first scenario that follow my forecast, is that market break down this trend line, and from here we can start to short the market. All right, this might be the first scenario. And the second scenario is that market might do a pullback higher to retest this resistance zone at 130.85, and from here we can start to short the market if we can see any bearish signal here that align with the previous market trend, like evening star or bearish engulfing, or even a strong bearish pin bar. So let us move to the next pair, the pound yen. So on the pound yen, I believe that on the major market trend, all right, if we are looking on the daily chart, followed by all these lower lows, right, all these lower lows, we can still conclude that market is still in a bearish condition. Just on the last week or the previous week, market did a pullback, which is a bullish trend on H4 chart. So on this week, I think it's time for us to trade along with the market major trend, which is initially a downtrend. So on daily chart, we can see that this is the key level that we are looking at, which is this previous lower high level and also a support level previously. So we can see that this is a very nice key level that turns from a support zone and now turns into a strong resistance zone. So on this week, what are we going to do? So first thing, we can see that there is a trend line being broken. All right, so as long as market able to break down and create a new low, we can start to go for a short trade. All right, so let us go to the next pair, Aussie yen. Yeah, I'm currently in a short trade of this Aussie yen. All right, back to daily chart. So on daily, we can see that market has been continuously doing lower low and lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low and lower high, and this support zone has now become a strong resistance zone. So on 27th of July, market rejected from this resistance zone with a very strong bearish momentum, and this has formed a bearish engulfing candlestick on the daily time frame. So on H4, we can see that market has already ended this pullback, aka upwards movement or aka uptrend, and market has starting to drop. All right, in other words, we can see that market has started to form lower lows, lower highs, and lower low. So from here, we can scale down to look for a short signal, and there is a very high potential for market to retest again the previous low or even break down of this previous low. So let us move to the dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD, initially this pair, the movement of this pair initially was quite uncertain, as we can see that market has been ranging for quite some time at here. All right, although previously market has dropped in a very strong momentum or massive movement, market still went into a ranging condition after this massive movement, which is quite uncertain, and I have no idea on what to trade along the pair or this pair before the FOMC news was released. So after the FOMC news was released, markets has a bigger picture. All right, market attempt to break out of this entire sideways structure, but this breakout turned out to be a false break, and market again was pushed down by a strong bearish momentum candle. So in this week, we are going to focus on a sell signal, but I would prefer that market to break down lower of this support zone. All right, on H4, we can see that this is actually a very strong support zone. All right, and I would prefer that market to close below this support zone in order for me to scale down for a short trade. So that's all for my analysis for this week video, and feel free to discuss in the comment section below, and welcome to join our family or our group in Telegram. And last but not least, we are currently offering free coaching services to all our members. So if you're interested with the coaching services, just drop us a message below. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from this video. I will see you guys again on next week. Have a good day. Goodbye.